Hello from the other side. It's evening here. It's about a little after 11, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, it should be because it's 1:13 back home. So, Sabahun Haya, Misalu Haya, 'cause I didn't do an afternoon update. So, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching. Just leaving dinner, so I apologize if this video is a little longer. I've had a few drinks. As you can see, the background, I am on the balcony tonight. And tomorrow, I promise I'm getting out into the city to show you actually what I've been seeing in passing. Um, okay, where do I start? So today I had two meetings. I talked to two people who were in PR, and I just wanted to see what their opinion was on getting more education or whatever. If I ever decide to go in PR, I wanted to be well informed. Not that I'm trying to. I completely love my job and I love working from a show. It's totally amazing. No two Mondays are the same, and I like that. Very challenging work. But I did want to keep the option open in the future. If I ever did wanted to go into PR, I wanted to know what people internationally were looking for. At least at the moment, if I can get an idea of what they're looking for now, I can kind of plan for that in the future. So those went really well, and I got a couple of other contacts a lady gave me to reach out to, so I will do that. And then after that, so of course, I've been napping. So after my first meeting, I come home, I come back to the hotel to take a nap, and I get up. And Dubai also has rush hour traffic. It's very similar to New Orleans, 4 or 5 o'clock traffic. So I got caught in that. And I just want to say two things. Okay, I'm going to go off on a tangent. Keep in mind, I've had a couple of drinks, so don't judge me. Okay, so I think I told you yesterday about how I've been taking taxis everywhere, and taxis are pretty cheap, I guess. They're $1.71 dirhams per kilometer. And I think it's worked out pretty well. I haven't paid any more, besides that first mishap, I haven't paid any more than 80 dirham per ride. But I found out the reason why taxis are so cheap. These people drive like maniacs. I mean, they speed, they swerve. I'm surprised I'm not dead. I really am. I'm telling you, they're crazy. They are crazy. They must get their driving sense from New Yorkers. No offense, but like shade, because it's crazy. So tomorrow, I'm gonna take a taxi into downtown, but I'm gonna try to do the bus or the metro station. So tonight, after I post this video, I'm gonna try to look into that and see, because they say that there's a metro station about 10 minutes walking distance from here. Now that's a little far for me personally, but if it's cheaper, I might do it. And then plus it allows me to sightsee on foot a little more. So I'm going to give that a try. I don't know about the buses, because the buses, I can't tell if they're in Arabic or English. And I know you're like, well, you would know, but I'll tell you what in a minute. So that's what I did. So I got caught in the rush hour traffic going to my second meeting. But he was really nice about it. He waited for me, and that was great. He was very curt. I'm pretty positive he's from India. And he let me know that was something I think I already knew, that Dubai was a very big expat country. But what I didn't know, what he said was that only about 15% of the nation is Emirati. Everybody else comes from wherever, whether it's Oman, whether it's Saudi Arabia, whether it's London or Turkestan, whatever. That Dubai is not really a national country. Like, there's not many nationals here, and if they are nationals, there are certain jobs they just won't do. And a lady I talked to this morning kind of touched on that same cultural bias of what is beneath someone and what is not their job. So that was interesting to hear from two different perspectives, pretty much the same thing. Now, so when I left that meeting, wait, before I get to that, today I got to hear the call to prayer. Now, if you don't know what the call to prayer is, Muslims pray 5 times a day. I believe they're called salats, but I mean, check me if I'm wrong on that, because I may not be right on that. I mean, I just barely finished my world religions class. So they do a call to prayer. It's 5 times a day. It starts at sunrise and it ends at sunset. And today I got to hear the call to prayer when I was leaving my meeting. It ended at about 7ish. So as I was walking to the bus station to catch a cab back to the hotel, I was able to hear it. And the call to prayer, it happens in a mosque, but it's projected over speakers, so that if you're out and about, you can also hear the call to prayer. And I guess you are supposed to just kind of like stand and take that time to either pray with or have a moment of silence. I'm not sure. I'm not Muslim. I'm not positive, but I was able to hear it. And it was really interesting to just stop and listen to the call to prayer. It's like a song almost. It's very sing-songsy, but it is in Arabic. So that's that. Went out the way. So secondly, after I left my meeting and I'm listening to the call to prayer, I'm walking to the bus station. Now, this is the guy who I left for a meeting with, who told me I could get a cab at the bus station. So, okay. I'm walking. Now it's nighttime, and I'm texting my coworker, Chrissy, and I'm telling her I'm looking for a cab to get back. And I'm a little far from my hotel, because I think it was about a 25 to 30 minute ride. And a 30-minute ride, and I'm telling you, these cabbies have got to be going 70 miles an hour on the freeway, on the streets. I'm telling you, it's crazy. They're going to kill me out here. I guarantee you. So, for my people at home, think of it, I guess, in the sense of going from Marrero to the east. Because that's probably about how far I was. So, Marrero to the east. So, I'm walking, I'm looking for the bus station, and even before, I've heard that Dubai is just very safe. You can walk without fear of rapings or beatings or whatever. It's just very safe. Not saying these things can't happen, but it's just very safe. So, granted, taking into account my first experience when I got in on Saturday, I just kept my eyes open and kept looking around and making sure that I was in a well-lit area, and just looking for other people. So I found some ladies. I found some people exiting a building. It was about maybe like 7 or 8 of them. And I decided I'll walk behind them. Safety in numbers, right? They teach you that in kindergarten, I think. So I'm walking, and it looks like they're all walking toward this bus station. And so I said, okay, well, that must be the bus station he's talking about. And again, had I looked into the buses, I probably could have got a bus back. But I think it would have been more than one. I just kind of feel like I would have to transfer somewhere, and so maybe it wouldn't have been feasible. I guess the timing of it wouldn't have been feasible because I still hadn't eaten dinner. I had to get back, blah, blah, blah. So once I did get to the bus station, I was waiting for taxis to come around that I could like flail them down. I hailed a cab for the first time in my life. I've never hailed a cab in New York. The many times that I've been, we've always just kind of like took the subway. But today was the first day I hailed a cab, and I felt so proud of myself. I was like, hey, hailed a cab. So I hailed a cab and got in the cab, and I got back to the hotel. So that was that. So I was really, really proud that I was able to do that at night, because this is the first time, besides the airport incident, that I've been out and about at night. So tomorrow I hope to do the same thing, but hopefully on the metro or a bus, and if not, obviously a cab. So today, again, uneventful, napping. Didn't really leave the hotel. 2 things though I want to point out is that all I had today scheduled were the meetings, and I did want to just reserve the time to get those out of the way so that I could focus the rest of the trip on just leisure activities. Now, I am going to send an email to some of the people she mentioned before to me this morning to reach out to. And if they have time to meet, great. And if they don't, they don't. So, but I do want to keep this Dubai experience limited to tourist activities as much as I can, if I can meet with people who are willing to share and impart with me their knowledge about PR. That's the whole reason for coming to Dubai, is that they're a very big expat country. And if I ever want to get into international public relations, Dubai would be the place to get that information. So if I don't get to all the touristy sightseeing places that you guys are hoping I see and take pictures of, don't be mad that this wasn't the intention. Dubai was never the intention for that. So keep that in mind. Okay, so secondly, or another thing, I don't know where I lost count. Again, keep in mind, I've been drinking. I have been passing Skydive Dubai everywhere I go. I'm afraid of heights. I'm not gonna lie, I'm afraid of heights. I get very nervous looking down. My heart begins to race. I feel like I sweat. I don't know. So, Sky Dubai is in the back of my mind. I may or may not do it. I will keep it in the back of my mind until I feel like it should come to the middle and possibly the forefront. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to do something like that. I may leave that for 2020 when I come back for World Expo, because I am coming back for World Expo. The World Expo in Milan was amazing. And I'm all about learning how to save this earth. Michelle, you'll love that. I'm all about learning how to save this earth besides just recycling. World Expo is a really great event to come together and talk about social responsibility. Not just people, not just businesses, but just as a general collective population on the earth. The earth is not doing well. We all know that. Global warming, ice caps, blah, 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 blah. So World Expo will be held in Dubai 2020, and I'm pretty positive, if I'm not mistaken, its first date of opening is 10/20. And if you know me, that coincides with my birthday. So what a better way to bring in 32 than in Dubai. So out the way. What else was I saying? Again, I lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah, that's got it. Okay, so I want to go to the Rose Botanical. It's not called the Rose Botanical Gardens, but it's something Botanical Garden, and it's like one of the big botanical gardens. I'm gonna try to do the aquarium tomorrow and the mall, because the mall and the aquarium are all together. It's all in the Burj Khalifa at the bottom, I believe he said. So, and we'll go to the Burj Khalifa. We're not going to the top. It's just way too expensive to take a picture of things that look that big. Anytime I think about the Burj Khalifa and going to the top to take those panoramic pictures, I just think about how I felt going to the Eiffel Tower, and to get all the way to the top and see the Arc de Triomphe to look like that, and to see, like I just don't know why I would want to see a bunch of sand and water to be very miniature. So I'm not gonna, and it's like $138. Like, it's not cheap. So I think we'll take a picture of it and call it a day. Same thing with the Burj Al Arab. I can't get into the Burj Al Arab because I don't have a hotel reservation. And if you don't know, the Burj Al Arab is the world's only 7-star hotel. They have a helicopter landing strip at the top, and they're just very full service. I think the prices per night were like $7,000 to $10,000 a night. So obviously it's pretty amazing. And one of the pastors at my new church says he knows someone who has stayed there, and his wife had gotten sick, and they asked the concierge for a doctor. Where do they go to take her to a doctor? And he said no worries, that he would send a doctor to them. And not only did they send a doctor, but they sent 2 nurses. I mean, so can you imagine having like everything at your fingertips? Listen, if I make it big one day, I can stay at the Burj Al Arab. Until then, I'm okay. So for Carol, this is for you, Mrs. Porter. I saw a building with a golf ball at the top. I'm gonna try to get a picture of that and go there and see what that is. I'm not sure I'll make it to the greens, but I will definitely get that for you. And I saw a golf shop, so I might have something for you when I come back. Maybe not. We'll see. Depends. I don't want to get you like regular golf gloves. Like, if I get you something, I want it to say Dubai. I want it to be either an air or something, so that it looks more authentic than just a pair of golf gloves I picked up in Dubai. So we'll see. What else? So I'm gonna hit the mall tomorrow, and I'm gonna hit the aquarium. I am looking for the botanical gardens. And wait, so I want to say, so I just come back from having my last dinner on a hotel compound, I swear. So I had dinner at the restaurant on the hotel called Al Kain, Khain, Kain, and it was Middle Eastern. Now, if you've seen the video before about Nobu, I was very disappointed in Nobu, and just everything I've eaten's either been American or Japanese, and I wanted to try Middle Eastern. I've never had Middle Eastern food, and Actually quite sad that I didn't do that in the States before I came, that I didn't kind of like seek out Middle Eastern food. I just kind of ran out of time with everything else, with school, at work, and ran out of time. So as I was looking for a restaurant, because I got back to the hotel and it was a little after 8, and I had called the job to check on some things. So at about 9, I needed to find a restaurant. So instead of venturing out, I just said, well, the hotel has 8 restaurants, 8 separate restaurants. So I said, well, let me look and see what the variety of foods they have. So I found this Al Qaim, and it was Middle Eastern food. So I said, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. Now there's no menu in the book, but it said Middle Eastern, so I said, okay, I'm gonna give this a try. I want to try true Middle Eastern food. So I go, and the first thing on the menu I see is the tabbouleh, and I believe Tim told me about the tabbouleh. So I ordered that, no tomato, because I don't like tomato. And I got this shrimp dish. It was called like Rubian shrimp or something like that. And it's just basically just cold shrimp and a cocktail dipping sauce. It wasn't regular cocktail sauce. It was some Middle Eastern cocktail sauce. Tasted kind of mayonnaise-y though, and I don't like mayonnaise, so I think it probably had a mayo base. And then I ordered for my main course this seafood platter. Now in New Orleans, seafood platter is fried food, but so here it's obviously not going to be fried, but it was like a lobster or something, and some type of fish. I think it was fish. I don't know. It was some type of seafood, and then it was these shrimp. Well, okay, he brings out the tabbouleh, and it's like this big. Okay, the bowl was this big, and I was like, okay. At that point, I realized I had grossly over ordered, because if this is your starter, I'm gonna be in trouble. And so he brings the Ruby shrimp, and it's like 6 medium sized, or maybe large size shrimp, and a cocktail sauce. And then I put the main course. Oh, and they gave you this bread, this like little like pita bread, but soft, and this butter. Oh, and it was like this olive salad thing. So it was like pickles, olives, and some olive peppered, maybe like a beet. I don't know. It was really pretty. It's very colorful. It was very good. So when you pickle something, like the salt intake. So, and I don't like the taste of salt. I love pickles and whatnot and olives, but I don't like the taste of salt. So I could not finish that. I wish I could have, because it was really good, but that salt, I'll look like a whale in the morning. So yeah, when they brought the seafood platter, I knew it was a wrap. Like, the platter was like this. It's bigger than I can make on the screen. Like, it was so big, and you'll see pictures of it. I'll put a picture right here, and you can see how big it is. And so I just couldn't finish that. I couldn't get through that. So that's in a little mini fridge to go, and I'll be having lobster, fish, and shrimp for breakfast in the morning. I am gonna get to bed pretty early tonight, earlier than normal, because I'm normally getting in the bed like 1, 2 o'clock. But I want to get in the bed early so that I can be up by like 8, 8:30, no later than 9, and get out of the hotel by 10:30 and start really seeing stuff and really taking pictures and really getting out there. So let me tell you one of the best things that happened of the night. As I'm leaving the restaurant with my little to-go bag, I'm walking up and I spot this cat. See the cat? Oh, look at the cute little cat. Okay. And I didn't. I say I spot the cat, but I didn't spot the cat. I think the cat spotted me. And so I approached Kitty, and I was like, "Hey, Kitty. Hey, Kitty, Kitty." And Kitty found me, okay? Because I believe that cats find people. People don't find cats. And I mean, he was just so cute, and he rubbed against my leg, and he let me scratch his cheek. I just wanted to take him to the room, but I can't have pets. But he was just the cutest thing. And I say he, because if you know me, I don't believe that there are any girl stray cats. I believe that girls who are strays have enough common sense to be found by people and at least taken care of as an outside cat versus just a stray. But I believe boys will remain strays. I just believe that they don't have the common sense to get adopted by people. They just kind of do their own thing. So I call all strays he because I don't believe that there are girl strays. So anyway, he's a very cute cat, and it made me miss my babies. I miss my Tommy, and even Sita with her crazy self. So that was a little heartwarming to me. Is that little cat felt comfortable enough with me to rub up on me, or maybe he's like a compound cat. Maybe he's all over the place and he just very friendly with people. I don't know, but I felt real good about that. So okay, last picture of this cute little cat, I swear. That's today. I don't think I have anything else other than I've got to slow down on spending. The food here is ridiculously expensive. The lady I talked to this morning says that she spends about 400 pounds. No, she spends about 300 pounds per person for a family of four per month. So she's spending a grocery bill of 1,200 pounds. She said that living in Dubai is so expensive. It's a great place and it's very easy to live with the language barrier and the customs, I guess. She says, but the price of it is ridiculous. So I mean, I thought New Orleans was bad, but maybe not. So okay, so tomorrow's a new day, and I'm gonna take Wally out, and Wally's gonna be taking pictures in places because Wally takes Dubai. Darshea takes Dubai, and I'm gonna have real touristy stuff to show you guys tomorrow. I promise. So until then, um, Mr. Lul Hayem, and good night. So here are some pictures that I've taken just walking back to the hotel of the different buildings that I can see. As you can see, Dubai has very, very tall skyscrapers. Everything is so, so big. It's so, so tall and it's very colorful. And tomorrow I'll show you the construction pieces they're building. They're super tall. That's a panoramic view. That might be Atlantis. I'm not positive though. So yeah.